let's transition. Let's go to the big prime time game of the divisional round of the playoffs. It's the Kansas City Chiefs traveling to Buffalo to take on the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are favored by 3 points. It's a 6:30 p.m. kickoff on CBS. The over-under for this matchup is 45.5. The Chiefs and Bills will meet for the third time in the past 4 postseasons. So we have seen this matchup before. Patrick Mahomes versus Josh Allen for all the marbles. This time in Buffalo to see who punches their ticket to the AFC Championship game. Let's dive right into it. Let's start off with Patrick Mahomes. As Patrick Mahomes this year, just another great season for Patrick Mahomes in the regular season. 27 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, 4,183 passing yards, completing 67% of his passes. But even though Patrick Mahomes already has 2 MVPs on his resume, what makes Patrick Mahomes great is how he performs in the postseason, specifically in the wild card and divisional round of the playoffs. You look at Mahomes' numbers in the wild card and the divisional round of the playoffs. He has 17 touchdowns, 1 interception. He averages 331 passing yards per game. He averages 8.1 yards per pass attempt, completing 69% of his passes. His pass rating is 113.2. But more importantly, in the wild card and the divisional round of the playoffs, Patrick Mahomes has never lost. He's 7-0 in the wild card / divisional round of the playoffs. The man annually finds himself in the AFC Championship game. That 7-0 record in the wild card and divisional round of the playoffs, he's the only quarterback with 5 or more starts with no losses to be 7-0 in the wild card and divisional round of the playoffs. So he has been balling. And overall, against the Bills in the postseason, Patrick Mahomes has been sensational in the playoffs compared to the regular season. You look at Patrick Mahomes' numbers in the playoffs compared to the regular season against the Bills. In the playoffs, he's 2-0. In the regular season, he's 1-3. In the playoffs, 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. In the regular season, 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He completes 76% of his passes in the playoffs against the Bills. In the regular season, against the Bills, he completes 64% of his passes. His team points per game in the playoffs is 40. In the regular season, it's 21.8. So what that tells me is Patrick Mahomes elevates his game when the lights are at its brightest. Okay? And that's what makes Patrick Mahomes great. That's what makes him great. Because he's able to elevate his game when the stakes are at its highest. And the thing is, what makes me really have so much respect for the Kansas City Chiefs is they know they are the favorites. And so they understand that opposing teams are coming for them. Like Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid and Travis Kelce, they're not sneaking up on anybody anymore. Teams know that the Kansas City Chiefs are the favorites to win the AFC West. They're the favorites to win the AFC, and they are usually the favorites to win the Super Bowl year in and year out. And they still annually find themselves in the AFC Championship game. See, what makes a player or a team great is when you have others coming for you. Okay? Like, unlike the Houston Texans, unlike the Green Bay Packers, the Kansas City Chiefs have opposing teams coming for them because they are the big dogs in the NFL. And they still are playing at a high level and winning playoff games. It's the same with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick in the Patriots dynasty in their era. They were the favorites, and they knew teams were coming for them, and they still played at a high level and annually found themselves in AFC championship games or Super Bowls. The same with Mahomes and Reed. They did the same thing that Brady and Belichick did in New England as well. Now, you look at the Chiefs overall as an offense. One of the things that we've been talking about with the Chiefs is offensively, which receiver is going to step up and be that reliable target for Patrick Mahomes in this Chiefs offense as the season goes along. And it's been Rashee Rice. This is since week 7, including the playoffs. This is Stephon Diggs and Rashee Rice numbers. Stephon Diggs, 65 receptions. Rice, 66 receptions. Stephon Diggs, 615 receiving yards. Rice, 823 receiving yards. Diggs averaging 9.5 yards per reception. Rice is averaging 12.5 yards per reception. Diggs, 3 touchdowns since week 7. Rice, 6 touchdowns since week 7. So Rashee Rice has elevated his game and stepped up in this Chiefs offense and been the number one option at the receiver position for Patrick Mahomes. Because like we were saying, it has to be someone other than Travis Kelce who helps this Chiefs offense once we get into January, and it's been Rashee Rice. So he's playing at a high level right now, and what's going to be key for the Chiefs is going to be their ability to run the football. This year, they averaged 105 rushing yards per game. That's ranked 19th in the NFL. Now, at running back, you obviously got Pacheco and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And so when Pacheco gets to running behind his pads, he can be a force to be reckoned with. And so it's going to be, I think Pacheco is the X factor for the Chiefs in this matchup. Now, on the flip side, defensively, the Buffalo Bills, they suffered a lot of major injuries defensively. And that's been a part of the reason why they have struggled at various parts during the season. They lost Milano earlier in the season. They lost Tre'Davious White as well. And so they haven't been the greatest defensively. But this version of the Chiefs isn't as potent as they have been in years prior. So maybe the Bills can have some success defensively against this Chiefs offense, considering this Chiefs offense isn't the same in 2003 like it's been in previous years. Now, let's switch gears to the other side. On the other side, as great as Patrick Mahomes has been against the Bills in the playoffs, Josh Allen has been the complete opposite against the Chiefs in the playoffs. In the playoffs, Josh Allen, his career against the Chiefs, he's 0-2, but he has played well. 6 touchdowns, 1 interception. He averages 386 passing yards / rushing yards per game, and his team averages 30 points per game against the Chiefs in the postseason, but he's 0-2. So Josh Allen is beating Patrick Mahomes in the regular season. But in order for Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills to reach their ultimate goal and possibly reach a Super Bowl this year, they're going to have to beat Mahomes and the Chiefs in the postseason when it matters the most. Now, you look at Josh Allen this year at home compared to on the road in his numbers. At home, Josh Allen, 8-2. On the road, 4-4. At home, Josh Allen, 21 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. On the road, 11 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. His passer rating at home, 104.0. On the road, 83.0. He's lost 1 fumble at home. He's lost 3 fumbles on the road. At home, the Bills average 29 points per game. On the road, they average 24 points per game. So what that tells me is the Bills needed home field advantage, and they needed to be the number 2 seed in the AFC. That way, this game is going to be played at Highmark Stadium, not Arrowhead. And so you feel like the Bills have a better chance to win this game considering they're at home and not in Kansas City. And so I feel like as I go into this matchup, This has got to be the best opportunity for the Bills to finally beat the Chiefs. And this has to be finally the best opportunity for Josh Allen to beat Patrick Mahomes. Because as great as Josh Allen is, he has not been able to beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. He has not been able to beat Joe Burrow in the playoffs. And so we all recognize Josh Allen as a top 10, maybe even top 5 quarterback in the NFL. But I don't feel like there's going to be a better opportunity for Josh Allen in his career moving forward than this opportunity right here. To me, Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen both have more to prove than Patrick Mahomes. It has to be Ravens, Bills in the AFC Championship game, and whoever wins from there and punches their ticket to the Super Bowl, good for them. But if Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen at least get to an AFC Championship game, like if you lose to one another, it won't be that bad. Like if Lamar loses to Josh Allen, okay, I lost to Josh. If Josh loses to Lamar, I lost to Lamar. It's okay. But Lamar Jackson cannot lose to CJ Stroud, and Josh Allen cannot lose to Patrick Mahomes for a third time in the playoffs again. It can't happen again. But with all that being said, for some weird reason, I feel like the Chiefs are going to beat the Bills again. And I'm rolling with Patrick Mahomes to beat Josh Allen for a third consecutive time in the playoffs. I'm going Mahomes 24, Josh Allen 20. So there you have it. Chiefs 24, Bills 20.